Mike McCool here in the Royal Examiner studio, and with me today is Nancy Smith. Nancy's been with us every year for the last couple of years because after she's ran the Boston Marathon, I mean, that's kind of like a big deal. So now this is you just finished your 25th
consecutive.
right?
Yes, that's the big deal. Yes.
That is a big deal. Look at this year's medal they give out. Look here, Mark. Look at the size of that thing. And, the 129th Boston Marathon. Isn't that something? And there's so many people that run this thing. How many this year?
It was more than 26,000. Yes.
I think I told you the story. I was there one year for the Boston Marathon, and we were there at a convention, and we said, well, let's just stay one more day and see the city, And I walked out the door, and these barricades were everywhere.
Yes.
And they said, what's going on? He said, the Boston Marathon. Went back inside. We're going to the airport.
It's on Patriots Day, so everyone has off that day.
Yeah.
And so the course is lined with spectators the whole...
Oh, yeah. I've seen the videos, and it's really an event. I mean, it's probably a big moneymaker for the city.
Yes. It's 26.2 miles, and literally there are spectators, a lot of college students out, especially as you enter Boston.
Yeah.
Some of the colleges, Wellesley College.
Is it like a one complete path around, or do you repeat things as you go?
They bus you out to the start in Hopkinton, and then you run back into Boston.
Boston to the city.
So whatever weather you experience at the start, you're going to experience it the entire way in. So
let's go back to the beginning. Okay. What motivated you to do this? The first one I can see, but then all of a sudden you said, well, I think I'll do it again and again. But you are running for a particular organization as well. So let's start at the beginning and tell us a little motivation here to encourage people to try something on their bucket list.
Okay, well, the Boston Marathon is the only marathon that you have to qualify to run in.
Right.
So it's an honor. And when I was about 42, it just was a goal to try and see if I could finish in a time that would qualify me to run in the Boston Marathon. And so I did, and then just never expected that I'd be at this point in the journey. I just kept on running Boston. And so then as I got closer to, 23rd, 24th, and it's like I have to finish my 25th.
Sure. It's a special honor at 25th. You don't have to qualify, I think, anymore,
after that, right. So I am a part of the Boston Athletic Association Quarter Century Club, and plans are to run it next year, plans. And so then you get a special bib on the back. Okay. You wear on the back, and then that indicates that you're part of the Quarter Century Club, and then they have your name on it. And so I ran beside a man who is part of this marathon, and other runners would come up behind him and say, congratulations, because it's just to know that someone has run that many Bostons, at least.
Yeah, because they run a lot of other ones to get there.
True.
Yeah. So now this organization you run for, tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, I run on the team Dana-Farber Innovative Cancer Research. This year is my 10th year, and we raise funds for cancer research. 100% of the donation goes towards Dana-Farber. This is also the 10th year and this is my singlet. Our team is the largest team, charity team, and we have 500 team members.
Wow.
And then I run in memory of Brooke Mulford. So she passed away with neuroblastoma cancer. But her mom, understandably so, she loves that I continue to run in memory of Brooke.
This is the person you run for each year.
Yes. So she was a fighter.
Yes, it's a good legacy.
Yeah, this is my 10th year. I've raised over $10,000 this year, and in the 10 years, I've raised over $76,000 for cancer research. Wow. And it's research that's been diagnosing cancer earlier, prolonging life, and the quality of life. Yeah. So all of us have been affected by cancer in some way, whether it's friend or family member, and I'm passionate about it.
Yeah. Is this your placard for this year?
Yeah, that's my bib.
And so this is, does the 16,972 mean anything?
It just indicates where you're at in the wave.
In the wave, okay.
Yeah,
Because they don't all start like 22,000 people start at one time, do they?
No,
How does that work?
Okay. So there are 4 different waves, and the faster you are, you're in like the first wave.
Get out of the way, right? That way you don't have people bother.
Right. So I got to be in the second wave because I'm part of this unicorn club.
Okay.
It's indicated by this little unicorn.
Okay.
So again, we got to start in the second wave, and then I'm in corral 8. So you wear this bib on the front of whatever you're wearing,
right.
and then so the first wave goes off, and about 15 or 20 minutes later, everybody just keeps moving forward. Then the second wave goes off, and then third wave, and then fourth wave, and then.
So how do they keep track of the time? Because you got all these people. Because are they kind of? You've got a RFID
timing,
strip.
Timing device on the back.
And that's something.
Yeah, and then all along the course, there's some mats that you run over that then indicates that you've crossed that part of the marathon.
So they keep this high tech.
They do, because remember, wasn't it Rosie Ruiz who jumped on the course?
Right.
And they thought she had finished first, and in fact, and that's not a very good legacy to have.
Right. She did a little shortcut there.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yes. Yeah. So
there's always somebody doing something there, but some people are serious. Some people just want to get a little notice and have fun. So it's a great work that you've done. It's something that you can tell all your grandkids and everything, your kids and friends and neighbors. And not very many people do this. Well, 26,000, but that's a small amount out of the 330 million people in our country. Well, people come from all over the world, don't they?
They do. Yes, they do.
So tell us a little bit about some of the activities other than just the running. Do you have I'll tell you what I'm really interested. After the bombing that they had here, and you were there.
Yes.
So what's been after that? How's the feeling? Do they have programs? I mean, they.
Okay, so the bombing was in 2013, and then they made some sculptures. I have pictures of them, and they're at the 2 locations where the bombing occurred.
Right.
So I always make sure to go and pay my respects at both of those locations. But other than that, they have a lot of fun happenings. You go to the expo. And that's huge. There are a lot of vendors there, and then you pick up your bib, and then they'll have a bag with we'll have like a snack bar, water,
swag
coupons.
Bag.
Yeah, thank you. And then they'll have a music that you can go to. They have a post party, but my daughter went with me again this year. She went last year.
Did she run with you?
No. No, she was there to just cheer me on. And so that was really fun because my daughter's an adult, and she won't want me to tell her age maybe, but she's in her 40s.
You give your age away when you said you started doing this when you're 40, and now this is 25 years later.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But we had such a nice time. It was so much fun. We just went around the city. We went to the gardens of Boston. We saw Make Way for Ducklings.
Yeah.
We took these swan boats around this little pond. We ate at some nice restaurants.
Sure.
So
is this before the race or afterwards?
It was before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So do you do any kind of training to get ready for this? I mean, I know you still run, but what's your routine? When do you start?
Usually start 3 to 4 months out.
Okay.
And so you start with, let's say, maybe 25, 30 miles a week, and then that increases. Also, maybe your long run for that week would be a 6 mile, and so the next week, 8 mile, 10 mile, and then you just keep.
What's in your head when you're doing this? How do you keep motivated to do it?
Sometimes it's not easy, to be honest, because I'm running by myself a lot where we live. We live near the fairgrounds, and I've just not come in contact with very many runners there.
Right.
So it's mental. It's just get out, and I run this loop. So it's like sometimes I feel like a hamster
Right.
because it's just around and around and around.
Well, you know how far it is too, so you
Yeah,
know.
and I feel safe.
Yeah.
Where that's another big factor and important to me that
Sure.
I'm not out by myself. You know, there are houses there
Sure,
that.
sure.
And then when I run into my neighbors or someone out walking a dog, then that kind of breaks up the monotony. And I carry little doggy biscuits.
Yeah.
So the neighbors that I know who have dogs, if I see them, I'll just stop and
Well, if
ask.
they chase you, you can just give them a
That's
biscuit
right.
and they'll say, "Oh, you're my friend."
That's right.
Well, Nancy,
So-
it's so great to talk to you about this. I know it's a passion that you have. You're doing it for a great cause.
Yeah,
And
yes.
we want to appreciate you doing that and sharing this with us. We're looking through all these medals. Mark has got a picture here. I see.
Yeah.
He's got the camera on it, but I just noticed that some of the earlier ones, they were really cheap. They give you a little dinky medal, right?
Yeah,
And,
they were.
But again,
Yeah, they have definitely evolved. They went from just kind of your basic metal
Yeah.
and grosgrain ribbon to
yeah.
colorful glazed satin
Yeah,
ribbons.
color. Oh, this year, look at this one.
Oh, and I love this year's.
This year's it's all got the gold look to it. Yeah.
I love this year's. And for my 25th, it was just perfect.
Oh, yeah,
So
it's-
I was really excited
Yeah.
to get it. And so, yeah, I feel very, very honored to. Again, I never expected to be this point in
Yeah. Well,
the journey.
You said it all, and you've made a legacy for yourself, and hopefully you will encourage other people to maybe not run the Boston Marathon, but to pick a goal and run the race, and hopefully you'll get there and just keep one step at a time, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Or in
and
your case, it's 1 mile at a time.
And I look forward to coming and interviewing with you
Yeah,
and being
love
able
you.
to share. And
Yeah, I love you sharing this story, and we're going to put links to your sponsors page too. Because
thank you.
It's a great work that they do, and again, thank you so much for doing this. And again, other than the personal satisfaction you get, you're helping a lot of people, and you just never know what those few dollars you raised, how many may help one person, may
Right.
help a million people. You just don't know, because research is so important.
It is.
That people just keep doing it, and there's a lot of passionate people out there doing things very similar to yours, and we appreciate all they do.
We have a pasta dinner before the marathon, and
Well, they're carving you up, aren't they?
that's trying. And then they have some speakers, and it was just so motivating to hear them share. One gentleman was actually on the research team, and he shared about how his dad had been diagnosed with lung cancer, let's say 10 years ago, what that looked like, and he did pass away from it. And then the treatment today, and what a difference. I mean, he would have lived probably
Sure,
if he
sure.
was diagnosed with it today.
Yeah.
So
Same thing happened to my grandfather. He had some sort of lung issue like that, and went to the doctor, and they said, "No, nothing that we can do for you." So he just never went back. And then 10 years later, 15 years later, he went back, as at the end of life. He said, well, if you'd have just come back 4 years ago or 5 years ago, we could have cured this, But he just ignored it because he said, well, there's no cure. Well, that's something,
Yeah.
every day something
Yes.
new happens. So
Yep.
if we have something like that, we need to keep checking back. You never
Yep.
know, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's great. Because the research always goes on. It always goes on. We appreciate again, Nancy, all the things that's happened in your life and sharing them with us.
well, thank you. It's
Thanks again.
an honor.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.